Well, today on Nation, a window cleaners podcast, we are talking about the fun subject of firing a customer. Yes, you heard me right. Firing a customer. If you've been in business for any amount of time, you know you're going to have to do this. So window cleaner, pressure washer, it doesn't matter. Either way, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What is up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. We've been doing this show now almost 8 stinking years. Lots of content. Spotify is the main platform. Check it out there. Also on YouTube, it's also clipped everywhere. Just check it and like it and thumbs up. And if you're on Spotify, follow me because, I want to know that I matter. Anyway, today we're talking about a fun subject that there are still some high and mighty people out there who think that they've never ever going to do this, but if you're in business, you will. And it's firing a customer. Now, let me start this entire adventure with saying 99.75% of our customers are great. There's a few percentage of them that are a pain in our butts, but not bad. You're like, this is old Dolores, she's going to come. And then there's some of them that just will not be happy about anything. And I'm telling you, you've met enough people in your life to know that there are just unhappy people in this world that are just unhappy all the time. It's how they go. And you know that no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to please them. That is a fact. Now, some of us take it as a challenge. Some of us find out and we go, yeah, this isn't going to work out. And I'm here to tell you, even if it's a challenge and you make them happy, awesome, high five. But think of the mental toll that it takes. Like, let's get philosophical for a quick second. There's 100% of you. There's 100% of me. There's 100% of each of us. 100%. If you give somebody even 10% of your brain power, it takes away. Now there's only 90% of you for everything else. Everything else. And there is no way that you can give anybody all of you because you always have to be thinking of other people. You have a family, you have friends, you have other customers, you have a bigger job coming up or a smaller job there's so many things you have to work on or know or do that the mental energy you have is a very, very, very important resource. It really is. It really, really is. So when we talk about firing a customer, it's not something we do lightly. Don't go out there and just be awful to everybody. Firing a customer does not have to be awful. We do not have to go back and go, okay, yeah, that's what you think. You don't have to do that. Because there's few things about firing a customer that don't really go into that. If you're at a bar and some guy's yelling at you, yell back, whatever. But in business, there's a reputation and reviews and everything else. And I'll tell you, if somebody thinks that they've been slighted or that they've been screwed over or that you did something to hurt them or that they will tell the world. But almost everybody will understand things happen if you're taking responsibility. And I'm going to go into what happens for bad reviews, and I'm going to go into how to do it, all that stuff. But I want to start by saying that everything in business is building an expectation. Building an expectation. Now, I'm going to use WCR for an example, because if you haven't purchased from us, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com. That's me. You can order from me and make my day. But we have very, very fast shipping. We have 81 people who are employed in just our warehouse. So when you order from us, if it's before 3 or 4 East Coast, I think it's 3 in the spring, 3 East Coast. Say it's 8 in the morning, your order is going to get shipped that day. We have 2 semis that show up and park there for hours filling it up. The middle one is at noon and the other one's we send on a very busy Monday, I think our record is 1,078 orders shipped in one day. Now, with that being said, if it's coming off of a weekend or something that busy, If we have 1,078 orders that will be shipping that day, and you place an order at, say, 2 o'clock, it may not ship that day. We try extremely hard, but sometimes it doesn't. It ships the next day. And people will literally put us on blast because their order didn't ship out. It took so long. Or business days. It took me 7 days to get my package. It didn't. It took you 3 days, but you ordered it on Friday night after close. So you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It didn't ship till Monday. Monday was a holiday, so it didn't ship till Tuesday. It didn't take 7 days to ship your package. We're not open on Sundays. The shipping doesn't work, right? So there's some people who just don't understand how things work, and they complain. And it's more than annoying, but it's one of those things. That's not somebody you necessarily fire. You just go, hey, sorry, here's what happened, and I do apologize. But the reason that somebody's mad about that is because their expectation was set. We ship daily. We ship the same day. Yes, they shipped afterwards. They, air quotes, didn't know or didn't read the site or thought it was or whatever. But it's because their expectations aren't met. If we always said we ship within 3 days of you ordering, nobody would be mad because their expectation was met. We shipped the next day, right? So understand that every person that has ever been mad at your company or given you a bad review, or that you've seen even review a restaurant and say that their expectations weren't met. Now, if I go to a restaurant, I'll use a window cleaning company. If I use a window cleaning company, my windows need to be clean. That's my expectation, that they're going to show up when they say they're going to show up, that they do the job, that they're friendly, and I'm not scared that they're in my house stealing things, that they're not going to steal anything or break anything. Those are my actual expectations. Some customers expect a foot rub when you're there and all this other stuff. Those are the ones you just can't make happy. But that's what normal people would expect. Now, if they come, do all of those things, and give me, I just had Pink's window cleaning at my place because he's one of my customers, and I always have a customer every year do my services just as a thank you back. I have 2 dogs, and when the texts were there, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. They play with them, and oh yeah, everybody does. They're dogs. Dogs are awesome. But they went back in their truck before they were done, and they came back to give me all my information, and they gave my dogs dog toys. Like, that blew me away. That is beating my expectation. That is now the experience that I have. If you have somebody who's not getting what they thought they were going to get, their expectation of the job, that's when people complain. If you leave a window dirty, you forget it. If you break something, all of those things, they will get mad at. And it's because their expectations. The only time anybody's there. Every complaint you've ever gotten. Well, I thought I'd be cleaner. I thought they'd take their shoes off. I thought they wouldn't smell like cigarettes. I thought they'd be on time. I thought, if an expectation's not met, this is what happens. This is why when I do pressure washing, I always say this phrase. I say, and as awesome as pressure washing is, it is not a magic wand, so I can't make anything look brand new, but I sure can make it look better. And I've never, ever, in any of our crews, had a complaint about pressure washing. Ever. Never have I had a callback. And the reason is because their expectations, it's going to look better, but not new. If you don't say that, then people come back and they go, what the heck, man? Like, I thought you'd take all the paint off of my house. No, this isn't sandblast, right? It's an expectation thing. Expectations have to be met. So this is the first part. If their expectations are something that's absolutely absurd, maybe you didn't clarify what they should expect. And that's one way to fix customers. But you have to be transparent. If their expectations were XYZ and it didn't happen, they need to know you're not hiding anything from them. Because here's the thing. Most people don't want to be a sucker. This is why scams, people go, no, this is even a lot of things that are legit. They go, this is too good to be true. It's a scam. I'm not falling for that. They want to not be the chump. So if you have customers, be transparent. I have a good friend that I talk to very often in the window cleaning industry, and he was having an issue with callbacks. Not that they were awful callbacks, just more callbacks than he wanted. And I said, well, change this phrase. And he instantly went to no callbacks. Here's the phrase. We always say at the end, did you have a chance to look around? Oh, yeah, everything looks great. Oh, awesome. Well, listen, you get to see your windows in the morning light, at sunrise, at noon, and at night in the evening. And if you see anything, spots, streaks, or smears, please let us know so we can come back. You're going to see more lights at the windows than we ever possibly could. And they go, oh, absolutely. Now, by saying that, the customer understands, oh, this guy's not trying to scam me. He literally is genuine. Now, the next day, we always call our customers, every customer, hey, Mrs. Jones, how'd everything look? Oh, good, thank you so much. Well, I see you're on the schedule. We already got you in for the dentist close. I already see you on the 7th. We'll call you the week before. I just wanted to make sure, but if anything happens before that, remember, we can always come back. And just know we do these services. Did you need quotes while we're there, or any of those services, something of interest? I'm upselling, but I'm always calling. The call could be a minute long. The change happens when you say that phrase, and the next day they go, oh, yeah, how did everything look? Oh, good. Oh, it looks like the guys actually left kind of a little glob up on the front door, but we just took care of that. We just wiped it off. It's not a big deal. Are you sure? Yes, absolutely. Listen, they don't want to be the chump. So if you don't say that, because people are like, well, you're telling them you might not have done a good job? Yes, because we might not have done a good job. It's stupid to not think that. But if you just leave and go, hey, everything's perfect, windows are great. Did you look at them? They're good? Yep, perfect. Cool, good. Then we're good. You're happy? We're leaving. Then as soon as they find something, they look at everything. They're like, these guys, they pushed me in the end, and that's why. They knew that they were. I want to be transparent. Absolutely transparent. I want to tell somebody that when I do a soft wash, it's not going to look brand new, but it's going to look good. I want to let somebody know that we're going to take our shoes off. We're going to wear booties. Or maybe we're going to wear our shoes, but don't worry, we'll wear booties. I want to tell somebody what their expectations should be, and I don't want to hide from something. Because if you break something in a house, I'm not talking about a Ming vase from the 1600s. I'm talking about there's a perfume bottle sitting on a shelf, or a tchotchke of a cat, a porcelain cat on a windowsill. If you break that, and you say, oh my gosh, I'm so absolutely sorry. The back of my pole hit this. Is absolutely my fault. I'm truly, truly sorry. They go, oh, don't, this thing we've had forever. Don't even worry about it. But if you take that and you put it in the garbage and don't say anything, then it is the biggest deal that they possibly, oh my God, I can't believe they broke this. They didn't even say anything. They tried to hide it. Now, that customer's turned into a disappointed person. Their expectations weren't met, and they think they're getting scammed. Be transparent, right? And breathe. Breathe is the most important thing that a lot of us don't do, is because as soon as somebody starts yelling, we yell. It's just the thing. I have, this is going to surprise you, quite a few. I've been doing this WCR thing for 10 years almost. And I have quite a few customers that are absolutely horrible. I mean, I'm talking maybe 5 or 6. Very, very few. But I've had some where it's okay, my mother is not a goat like you called me. I had one guy one time because his package, we didn't ship it out yet. It was Sunday, literally. And I'd answered the phone. This is back when I was working all weekends on phone and chat and stuff. And we didn't ship it on Sunday. And he was just blown away that we didn't ship on Sunday. There's UPS and FedEx don't run on Sunday. But it was Sunday night, and it still hadn't gone out. And I explained it was tomorrow, and yeah, I'm sorry, we're not able to ship on the weekends, blah, blah, blah. And he called me a piss ant who is selling window cleaning squeegees out of my dad's storage unit. That was one of his lines. I always remember that because it was wow, that was actually just very thoughtful of what he imagines I'm doing. Anyway, you just can't make people happy, but you have to breathe. Sometimes you go, I understand where you're coming from. I apologize. Is there anything we can do to make this right? Because listen, I want to make it right first and foremost. They also then know that this guy's not trying to screw me. It was an error. They calm down. But if you blow back at them and they're like, blah, 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 like, we did good work. We even cleaned your mirrors. You didn't see the mirrors. You didn't even say. Like, now all of a sudden it's a battle. Nobody wins a battle because now everybody's defensive. Defensive doesn't work, as you know, if you're married. So you have to breathe. You have to understand where they're coming from and the actual reason they're disappointed. And even if it's absurd, that there's some kind of resolution. Some kind of resolution has to happen. A lot of times people complain in things that make no sense. No sense at all. Simple problems where you're like, okay, so this and this was something that happened in shipping, and it will look like that the day you use it. Like, this is equipment. Like, it's like stuff getting dirty. Or I've had people complain because squeegee channels, they're brass and they look shiny, but we don't sell anything to clean squeegee channels. What? The first time you use it, it's not going to be shiny. It's a tool. What are you talking about? Like, but again, breathe and kind of go from there. But sometimes you have to break it off, and breaking it off in the relationship of everything is the hardest part. The easiest part is using me as your rep. Look at that segue, huh? Shameless plug. I know if you haven't used me yet, I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com, and it's how I make my money. So wait, before you fast forward, my number is 862-312-2026. Say that number. Let me put your orders in. Big, small, it does not absolutely matter. I want to help you. I get credit for it, and it doesn't cost you 1 penny extra. In fact, usually you save money because I will make sure you get your gift, your free shipping, everything else you're qualified for. And even if you're close, I will make sure you know that you could change something to get something even better. So anyway, let me know. You can even save a cart and let me know that it's good. If you're listening to this shameless plug and you're on Spotify, usually every week I give you some kind of thing to put in the comments so I know you listened. And this one is in a shameless plug. If you're listening on Spotify, go in and comment the word ant, A-N-T, ant, as in pissant. Put an ant, I'll know you listened, and it'll be amazing. Anyway, also, if you haven't yet, I don't know what you're doing. You're sitting in an awesome opportunity. I also own American Window Cleaner magazine. It is the greatest magazine that has ever been made for window cleaners. Ever. Look at these pictures. Are you kidding me? By the way, this is our women's issue, so it's all women window cleaners. It's really pretty cool. Go and get this. It's awcmag.com. Please get a subscription. It's only $69. Don't be cheap, bruh. And be better in the industry. Know more things, and tell me I'm doing good. Also, I have a link in the bio for Jobber, the most awesome CRM ever. Save 20%. And I think I get credit for that too. So go do that. Anyway. So breaking it off with a customer is the big thing. This is the whole reason a lot of you are even here, is to find out how to do this. And here is the absolute answer to this. And I have had quite a few customers in the past that I have had to break it off. Again, I had my company for 16 years. In that time, you're bound to have some people that are just so unreasonable. I will always try to make it right until I am disrespected, or if I know that it's just not going right. And I'll tell you, this is exactly how I say it. I say, Mrs. Jones, I'm so sorry. That we didn't meet your expectations. I truly am. I definitely apologize. I didn't mean any ill will at all. From here on out, I don't think this is a good fit between us and you, though, and I hope that you are able to find a company that can be up to your expectations. I've heard of XYZ window cleaning in the area. I've heard some good things that may be one to try. But from here on out, we're just going to kind of, cut ties, and I genuinely do appreciate the opportunity. When that happens, it is a genuine, real, and non-debatable answer. If you are talking to somebody and you're like, you know what? You are absolutely the worst okay. Remember defensive. Now they go on and they leave you reviews and they tell everybody, and you're the horrible company, this, I can't believe that they sell this to me. understand when you read all this stuff, which is shockingly bad. I mean, there's people, we have blocked customers. I have customers I will not deal with anymore myself. And a lot of times they have the audacity to jump on somewhere and go, and this is a review from another company, but you go on and you could be the biggest jerk ever, and I get this and this and this, and I can't believe you did it. And somebody goes, you know what? Yeah, we're done. I'm not dealing with you. And they come on and go, oh, I can't believe that they did that. All I called them was a bleep and bleep and bleep, and then they came back. A business shouldn't do that. They should just deal with you being awful. No, right? But they still feel as though they have to tell somebody because they don't think that they've done anything wrong. So by adding that and saying that spiel that I just said, it says, here's the thing. We didn't add up to your expectations. I still know I'm amazing. I still know the work I do is amazing. I know that you are absolutely wrong if you don't think that I bring value or am awesome. That's my theory, right? Should be your theory about your company. If somebody does not like you as a person, you don't get sad. I mean, you may get sad, but you go, well, whatever, I got tons of friends, right? You have confidence in yourself. The same thing happens in the company is people go, well, you're making fun of my baby. Or you're saying things, this isn't true, you're absurd. I can't believe you'd even want that stuff. You wanted me to use a toothbrush. Breathe. They're wrong. You know they're wrong. Breathe. We didn't meet your expectations, and I'm sorry for that. I'm not saying we're crap, because I know you're wrong. I know you're absurd, and I know the things you want are absolutely out of the range of any other company, but I didn't meet your expectations. Your expectations are that I came in on a unicorn, shirtless, and like I'm sorry, I didn't meet your expectations. I'm not saying that I'm junk. I'm not saying, gosh, you're right. I didn't meet your expectations. And because of that, I think it would be best if we just parted ways. And I'll give you the referral to another company because I don't want to leave you there. When that whole thing's done, not everybody, because there are some awful people in this world, but most people then feel bad. They're like, oh, well, no, that's not it. It's just, I wanted it to, no, I absolutely understand that. And I apologize. You had a bad experience with it. And listen, I really do genuinely appreciate you giving us a shot. You never know until you try us, and I'm genuinely thankful for that. And this is even after a lot of times I've given money back, if somebody's got some weird, absurd thing. And one lady called me racist because she lied on the phone estimate, and literally, she said she had 12 windows and she had 48 windows and a double addition on the back. Anyway, you know what? Instantly, I'm not going to be a good fit for you. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying I'm sorry that this didn't work out. Here's another answer to fix this, so I'm not leaving you there. And when that happens, somebody doesn't leave you a bad review. Because even the breakup can be okay. Even the breakup part of it was like, oh man, I can't believe we broke up. But you go, well, it did it well, right? If you break up and you're dating somebody and you break up, and you go, oh man, you smell like cheese all the time and gross. Ugh. No, thank you. We're not dating anymore. They're like, what the? Now all of a sudden you're back to defensive, and they tell everybody about how awful you are in the sack, or that you have a drinking problem, or whatever those things are. They go and they tell everybody. Those are called bad breakups, right? But everyone knows somebody who said, you know what? I think we're just going in different directions, and we've kind of tried this, but I think for both of us, I think the happiness piece of this, I think if we just kind of separate here, I think it's the best. The way that it's brought down is the way that you then can de-escalate things. And that is what this happens. Is that de-escalation is how it is, but you have to stick to it, because people then are, no, you know what? This is, no, I do apologize, but yeah. So you're not going to clean my windows anymore? No, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I think you'd be better off with another company and be able to do a little bit better job for you. But I genuinely appreciate the opportunity. But when you're saying that, most of the time, they can't be angry because you let them down at a point where they're like, well, this guy really feels bad. I wasn't trying to get scammed, right? I wasn't. If you're like, you suck, your windows are terrible anyway, go find somebody else to do your stupid bidding list. We can't. You do that, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to leave you bad reviews and do all the... So if you let them down, you're going to stop that. But inevitably, and I think it's actually a good thing, but you're going to get a bad review. What do you do when you get a bad review? Man, I got 147 5-star reviews, and I got one that's 1 star, and the customer is just a... First off, how you let them down calmed them enough that they're not going to leave a review. But if they're still insane, and people are, to leave you a bad review and go on and on and on about everything, the absolute best thing you can do, because if I see a company's got all 5-star reviews, kind of like, not sure I really trust that. How do you have all 5 stars? Because there's people out there that just aren't pleased. Even a 4-star, right? What people do, and you'll do this just on Amazon all the time. You go and you say, oh, it's got a 4.7. You pull up the stars and you go, okay, what are the 1-star reviews like? Directions are hard. Well, I didn't have the right screwdriver. It should include screwdriver. And you're like, oh, these people are dumb. This thing's got to be great, right? You read the reviews to understand the mindset because you understand people are crazy. When you see a homeless person out there who's talking to himself and his shirt's off and he's pounding on cars, you're like, oh yeah, there's crazy people in this world. He needs help. He's not getting it, but he needs it. There's other people like that. When you get a bad review, the best thing that you can do is answer the review. Because what people want to do is, even if somebody's like, he's terrible, he called me the N-word and then lit my house on fire. And if you go in and go, hi, James, thank you for the review. I've reviewed everything with our techs, and not one of them had mentioned an issue like this. I'm truly sorry that this occurred to you, but please reach out to me. I will be more than happy to give you a free window cleaning or something. We know they're wrong, but how we respond is like it. That's the opposite way where they're like, obviously this guy's not giving a free window cleaning to a guy that he thinks has happened. This didn't happen. I know they're crazy. You can go in the same review and say, hey, James, we looked at our books and unfortunately we actually were not the company that did your service at all. I'm sorry you had a bad experience with another window cleaning company, but if there's something we could do for you or show you what an amazing company's like, please give us the opportunity. There's other people out there going, I can't, this 5-star, I gotta get this thing taken down. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. If you're getting lots of the bad reviews, don't go to get them taken down, fix what you're doing. But a lot of the time when it's stuff like that, I've now showed everybody, wow, this guy is crazy. They didn't call him in or he didn't even go there. Like, the way that you respond shows what kind of company you are. There's also people who will go in there and they'll say, I had my windows cleaned from there, and after the guys left, there was mud on my carpet from one of the guy's shoes or whatever. Right? There was streaks all over the windows, or they forgot my one window in my bathroom. Whatever the review is, and even as mundane as it is. Go back in. Mrs. Jones, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. I'm sorry that we missed that window. Unfortunately, it can happen. We ask you at the end of the service if you've looked at everything, and then we call you the next day to make sure you've seen anything. It sounds like you found this after we've done our 2 contacts with you to see how things turned out. And remember, we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and that is not just the time of service. We want to make sure you're happy with everything. Please call me personally, and I'll come back out, and we'll do that window and a free exterior window cleaning just for the headaches. Like that type of thing. People go, well, that opens up the door. Now everybody's getting free stuff. No. What it does is it takes that bad review and shows everybody how you deal with it. If somebody knows they're not getting scammed or they won't get scammed, they trust you. They need to trust you to hire you. If you're buying something and it's a shady car salesman and you're like, this guy is not what he said, you don't trust him. You're not going to buy from him. On all reviews and all things and all everything, you've seen those. You've seen the reviews that say, hey, they missed my closet window, and somebody reviews, well, you need to tell us there's a closet window. How would we possibly know that? You didn't even tell us that. And then we asked you, and you still didn't say anything, right? If you respond that way, you're like, well, these dudes, like, ugh, I don't really trust them. They're like angry at that. How you deal with the response is more valuable than the stars, because people will read that. And everybody who reads that understands the company you are, understands that the person is a crazy person. You've instantly flipped and went, hey, absolutely, I'm so sorry about that. This is not how we do things, and I'm truly sorry you've had this bad experience, but I want to make it up to you. I want you to love our company as much as everybody else. Here's what we'll do. It sounds absurd, but that as marketing will bring you more customers than having all 5 stars. But you have to address it right. You have to try not to get them in the first place. Don't do crap work, but hopefully everything we talked about has kind of helped on that. Shameless plug number 2, it's going to be fast, but I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com and I want to put your orders in. So please do let me know. Shoot me a text at 862-312-2026. Let me put your order in. Also, get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I always show the cover and the stickers for the month. If you're not, Spotify, actually, I'm having video on Spotify. Go anyway, right now, awcmag.com. Get a subscription. Also, get Jobber because it's amazing. And take 20% off and do a free demo. It's free to see what it can actually do. Anyway, go and do all that. I hope this helps you guys kind of fire a customer. If it did, please do let me know. Also, if you're still listening and you're on Spotify, comment the word ANT, A-N-T. That way I know you listened. Yeah. And for extra credit points, put pissant on there because then people will think you're yelling at me. Anyway, I very much appreciate it. Genuinely, guys, thanks for listening, as you always do. And until next week, go out there and if you need to, be comfortable with firing a customer, but more importantly, go out there and be epic.